Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. We record these interviews so that potential buyers can learn more about the business and the seller to help them make an informed buying decision. If you would like to learn more about this business, including details like what type of business it is, how much revenue and profit it makes, and all of the assets included with the business, simply visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business's listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and in the description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. So without further ado, let's get into this interview. First up, let's learn a little bit about you. Can you tell us about your background in building and running online businesses?
This was actually the first online business for me and my partner, Kyle. I initially came up with the idea as a need for myself, and I got involved with Kyle, who owns and operates a more traditional business where he has online website and stuff like that for his business. I have technical product expertise and was heavily involved in making our product unique in the industry and building our app that kind of differentiates us in the industry. Neither of us had any e-commerce experience, and building a website from scratch, developing the hardware, developing an app, all those things were new to us. So there was a big learning curve, but the fact that we were able to do it and get the product to where it is today and how fast we grew it over 3 years far exceeded my expectations.
Why are you selling the business now instead of keeping it and growing it further?
We want to sell the business mostly because of time. I have young children and a full-time career that I'm pretty invested in, and I kind of have to see it through to the end. So it doesn't allow me to step away from that to fully take this to the next level. And my partner, Kyle, is heavily involved in his other business, and we're just not able to dedicate the required time that we need to grow it and optimize it. Both of us love the company, and we'd love to stay with it and take it to the next level. But because of our current commitments with our other businesses, it's just not something that's going to be possible.
Can you describe the amount and the type of work that you do on this business to maintain it?
Initially, we spent a lot of time building the business because it was new. You're always trying to make things better, optimizing things, updates to the website, improving our hardware design, creating our app. All that stuff was extremely time consuming. But now that we've got a product that's really good and we don't need to touch anymore, there's a little bit of maintenance and emails, and we do have a busy season from August to December. So roughly 30 hours a week between me and my partner, so 15 hours each through August and December, which is mostly 50% of that time is probably doing a task that could easily be outsourced to someone else with the proper training. But from January to July, we're probably only averaging 10 hours a week between the two of us, so 5 hours each. It's our little bit of a quieter season, and we just get ready for the busy season. So there's not a whole lot to do. Yeah, there is ways to bring those weekly hours down. And if we don't end up selling the company, we would definitely be looking to take those routes.
So if you were to keep this business, what are some of the ways you would try to grow it?
If we were to keep the business, we would likely hire an operator to build out our reseller network. Our resellers are becoming more and more our bread and butter, where they keep us going when the retail side is slower. We also know there's opportunity to cut costs and improve margins. So we've already started to take the steps to do that, and we would continue to do that and optimize margins. And we would work on our social media presence. We would have more content on our YouTube channel. There's tons of things that could be done to really drive and improve conversions and improve sales. It's just the time that it takes to do it. we just don't have it right now. So we would look at hiring someone to help us with that because the company's to the point now where it's making enough money where we could hire a person to really take on that workload and help us drive it to the next level.
Right. And what would you say are the biggest risks with this business that buyers should be aware of?
Some of the risks, I guess, it is a growing segment. So there is new competitors coming to the market. Although we are positioned different than most, how we do sell direct to consumers, but then we also have an installer network. We're diversified a little bit there. Also, tariffs, if those are to be a long-term thing, obviously that's going to be an issue for us and our competitors. So it doesn't put us at a huge disadvantage. We do mitigate the risk a little bit by having warehouses in Canada and the US, so we limit the cross-border transactions. Yeah, other than that, I think we're pretty well positioned. And, the way our company is set up, we're not going to be at a disadvantage to anyone else. And we do offer something that is different than other people in our market. So I think there are always going to be risks, but I think we've done well to limit our exposure to anything that's ongoing or that could happen.
How much support are you willing to offer the buyer who acquires this business?
We're willing to offer a ton of support to a new buyer. The product is a technical product, so the better that the new buyer fully understands how the product works and functions, the more successful that they'll be with the product. So if it takes, 60 days, we can have video conferences, we can available for phone calls, we can go through all our SOPs, our documentation, we can introduce you to people that help us, like as far as app development. I do a bit of it. Plus, we also have someone here in Canada that built the app that can also provide assistance when needed, or if changes or more development you guys want to do down the road. There's always those people that we can reach out to and give you their contact information. And even after the 60 days, we will still be available for a period of time to help with troubleshooting or any other questions and stuff like that that might come up. Personally, I'm available. I could be kept on if needed by the new buyers for technical assistance. So troubleshooting, anything like that maybe the new buyer struggles with a little bit. I'm willing to stay on for a period of time to help with that. Also, hardware changes, like we designed this in-house. I designed the hardware. If there was something that you wanted to do and need to make changes, I would be available to do that as well. I would be leaving the company, but I would be willing to stay on to assist with a lot of the technical side of things. So yeah, we're willing to offer as much help. I actually do want someone to be successful with this. I don't want to see the company fail even after we're gone. There's lots of ways that we can come to an agreement or that we can help you guys out to, be as successful as you possibly can.
Are you open to negotiating something like an earn-out agreement?
Yeah, I think for sure we would be open to some sort of earn-out payment structure. I understand lots of people are in different situations. So if there's a different structure that might help the right person acquire the business, then we would definitely be open to something like that.
Okay, final question. If you had to put yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why is your business a business worth buying?
I think the business is worth buying just because it's in such a fast growing segment. Like this product has been known for about 5 years, but the growth on this and how fast this is picking up steam is going to really accelerate in the next coming years. And we've already worked out most of the growing pains and the issues that started with. Well, basically, have worked all of those pains. And now it's just really someone just grabbing this and taking it to the next level by increasing your installer database, reaching out to more companies, seeing if they want to install for you. Once you build that and you build those relationships with people, that's just reoccurring sales that you're going to have for the existence of the company. There's just so many opportunities. Like if you're a good content creator, that can really boost sales. It's seen over the years that content has a big impact on sales. So if you're good at that or someone who's good at that, I think that's something that we struggled with trying to do ourselves. And we never really found the right person to do it for us. So I think if someone knows how to do that, the sky is the limit with what you can do with this company. Actually, the last couple of years that we've actually run out of stock. So the last 2 years, we tried to anticipate for the next year by doubling our inventory, and we'd still end up selling out. So there was probably still 25% left on the table there that we didn't fully capture in the last 2 years. I just think for the right person, this business is going to be very profitable for many, many years.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this business is still for sale, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. Once you've unlocked this listing, you'll find everything you need to know about this business. So, thanks for joining us. See you next time.